it's time to take care of this chimney. I'm going to cut out a couple of pieces of wood that's not load bearing and give me some room to get up there and work. Took out 2 of these ceiling joists in order to have room to get up there. But look at how they made this angle cut on the end of these where it fit up under the roof. Looks like they used a hatchet. Well, this is interesting. Well, I say it's interesting because I don't build chimneys for a living, but they didn't take the flue liners all the way to the top. This is, of course, just below the ceiling. You can see this kitchen liner stopped right there. You can tell by the way it's been mudded above it. And then the liner over in the living room goes up about another 2 inches. So I guess liners were more expensive than cinder block. Okay, here's a good shot of the flue liners and the thimble for the kitchen stove. You can see it's actually come loose here. It's just terracotta. It's got newspaper trimmed in it. We'll have to look at that and see what's in it. See if you got any dates on those. Okay, there was 3 pages of a newspaper in there. The Knoxville News Sentinel from December the 20th, 1949. December 20th is my dad's birthday. 1949, he would have been 14 years old. Let's see what they got here. I guess Truman was president. Buy you a bull of a watch. The funny papers. Nancy Merriworth, Freckles, Rex Morgan, Little Annie, Alley-Oop, Priscilla. What else we got? Wash tubs, Patsy, Bugs Bunny, Boots. I don't recognize any of those down through here anyway. Oh, little political cartoon here. Honey Child, why don't you Owens and Weans get hitched? You got an elephant, which is probably a Republican, and a donkey, which is a Dixiecrat. Let's see over here. Same date. Sports pages. Stock market. Market was losing then too. Firestone brake special, only $1.19, any make car, regular $4.50. Oh, instead of TV, you didn't have the TV guide, you had the radio log, so you'd know what time your favorite show came on the radio. This is the want ads. I think I saw some car stuff here. Oh yeah. Let's see there. 1950 Mercury's under list. 49 Pontiac with a heater is only $19.75. I like this 32 Chevy Coupe, $45, because it was a used car. No one's worked a crossword puzzle. Wonder if I could figure any of these out. I bet it would be tough, because a lot of this stuff would have probably been based on what was popular in the news at the time. I should take a picture of that and try it. The only tile on this side, the one that had the kitchen thimble in it, you can see I busted out that block. Should have had some kind of an ash dump. Of course, they don't have anything here, so assuming they just had a lot of space, and maybe if it filled up with ashes, by then you would have nuclear power or something. Okay, it's coming on down piece by piece. This is what I was talking about not having an ash dump. This was the kitchen side, which goes all the way down below the floor. Of course, there's probably not much in it. It don't look like they used it after 1949. This is the living room side, which they probably burn coal and or wood, and it's completely full of ash and soot now, soot. anyway, there's a couple more liners down there, and they're packed plumb full of this stuff. So that might be why they had to move the thimble on the other side. It's easier than cleaning it out. So there's not much left of her. Out of that lower thimble opening, I've done pulled the thimble out. It had been bricked up solid and full of concrete. But this block, I was telling you, these blocks were one piece, one big round or square rectangle block with a hollow inside. But it had these specialty blocks that was made to extend through the wall for that thimble right here. And because these things were tongue and groove, a lot of the tongue is broke off of this one. Here's a good shot of it. So this tongue fits up into the groove of the next block. They would have made two blocks, two separate molds in order to make this thimble opening. So that's kind of interesting to know that they had all that specialty masonry back in the day. The other thing I see these nails here and here, and then you got the cut off boards over here. I can hear the foreman now. Dang it, Bubba, you can't put wood that close to the stovepipe. Cut that out of there. That's the foundation blocks down in the basement / crawl space. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to knock a few of them loose from up here, make it easier to deal with down there later, because I might as well get rid of them. There'll be nothing load bearing in this area of the house. It'll actually probably be about where the dining room table will sit. So there's really no reason to have it there. It'll just be in the way for getting back into the crawl space and running ductwork and stuff like that. This is the only clay tile that made it out in one piece. The others were all cracked or broke when I was taking them out, but you can see the stamp it's cast into it. W.S. Dickey Clay, Birmingham, Alabama. Well, knocked down a little bit of this wall since it wouldn't be load bearing. Just wanted to kind of see what it looked like under here, and I was surprised to see the flooring like this, knowing that they would have had the floor ran all the way down through here before they ever started, before they found out they had to move that wall. But then I got to thinking, I guess they had to piece this floor back in, and that was probably an easy place to cut it, to piece it back in, to get them some longer boards than trying to do that little 3.5 inch piece over there. You can see, yeah, see they didn't cut it all the way to the wall. They just cut it to right there. So that just made it easier for them to piece it in. And then they didn't even put their boards, you know, if they worked out the right length, as long as the wall covered them. As long as the wall covered them, they could just leave it. There's a penny. It's probably a 1980 penny, which will make us wonder how it got down in that hole. No, it's a wheat penny. Let's see what year's on it. 1937. I think they left that there for us to find. The house was built in 42. Huh. I don't see any more, but anyway, that's cool. That's why I think that floor was done that way. They actually cut it under where the wall was going to be so they could have an easier job of piecing it back. Well, it's Monday morning. Love this new time. The only thing daylight wasting time was good for was when you're 16 years old and got a driver's license and your girlfriend had a 9 o'clock curfew. I'm going to tear off this little addition, this porch that's been closed in today, get it over in the dumpster before they come and get it. Got my brother-in-law here helping me, so it should be a pretty easy day. All right, we're going to slow down and jump up on the roof. We're afraid if we take any more of it down, it might fall on us. It's pretty rickety and rotten, but we're going to take them shingles off and drop them down so we can get them over to this dumpster and see if we can get that roof off our head so we can tear the rest of the walls down. Well, we came down to take us a little drink break. Shingles came off pretty good. Since we had that dumpster here, we went ahead and peeled them off on the main part of the house too, where I'm going to be removing that roof and changing the configuration of it. A lot of it was able to throw into the dumpster from up there. Sometimes it came off in big sheets, so we just dropped it down here and we'll pick that up and toss it over in the dumpster. before we head back up the ladder. So get those boards pulled off and we can start tearing the sides down. Got the roof and the walls over in the dumpster. Brother-in-law ran home, he don't live far away, to get a digging bar to try to help delaminate this floor. So I jumped in here with my sledgehammer, smacked on this cast iron fitting a little bit, and finally got a crack in it. I'm going to bust them up so I can take this wall down and get it in the dumpster before they come to get it. Got the big piece hanging out the window over there. That's what 80 years of hair and gunk coming out of your bathroom sink looks like when it ran over into the main stack here. Yummy. Well, the day's about done. The porch addition is gone. The steps, concrete stoop is gone. That was harder than to turn down the porch. Got that plumbing wall took out between the two bathrooms so I could load it on the dumpster. Big 3-inch pipe there. It used to go through the roof. And we've got this pile of siding. That's the aluminum siding. Gonna throw it over here under the carport and sell it, I guess. Hated to pay to get rid of it. The dumpster's completely loaded like they never got the door shut. I've got a little bit of room left on it. They'll be here in the morning to pick it up. So if I can get up in the morning, I might come out here and tear a little bit of this floor out in here in this old bathroom and throw it across over into the dumpster. So all that's gone, wide open to the back. So I'll get out here and help with this siding, and demolition is done. Should start putting back next. The more I look at this house, the more questions I have. Like, why was the front end cut off of it too? About the same distance. I don't know if you can see, the sun's kind of bright, but the top plate's cut. The bottom plate was right here and the top plate was right there. And what really gets me is, I know they had a bunch of these houses down there. Did they number them? And then when they brought them up here, half of mine was a 6 and half of it was a 9, because none of these boards line up. You would think if they cut the house in half or in pieces and put the pieces back together, at least the boards would kind of line up. Be the same color on both sides of the seam anyway. So I just don't know. I pulled up all this floor in here because once I build that back out there, I would have to run the plywood on in here to get a nice transition and a smooth floor. And then we got this bathroom floor down here that was a rotten mess. It stayed wet for many years. Got a little bit of termite damage there too. That's not all just rot. You can see where the termites have been eating back so far from the edge where it stayed wet all the time. So I'll have to cut some of that out and do something to it. It just keeps adding up.